Greetings to all movie buffs. Welcome to the Film Focus channel. We hope you enjoy our content, and please remember to like and bookmark.
Equalizer 3 on the front line of life and death, friendship, just the ultimate confrontation between righteousness and gangsters. The film opens with the protagonist, Robert McCall, returning to his home in southern Italy, a place he once called home. His return, however, was far from celebratory. Soon, he found himself involved in a life and death duel. Robert McCall is the protagonist in The Equalizer 3, an ordinary young man who leads a peaceful life. He has just returned to his hometown. The scenery of southern Italy in the film is intoxicating. Beautiful beaches, ancient architecture, and rich cultural traditions form the backdrop for this story. Through the exquisite presentation of the screen, the director brings the audience into an intoxicating world, which is in sharp contrast with the theme. This place, originally the home of Robert McCall, the film portrays the deep emotional bond between Robert McCall and his friends. This group of friends once grew up together in this small town, shared the youthful years, and established a deep friendship. However, when he returned to his hometown, he found that his friends were being threatened and controlled by local crime bosses. The mafia leader monopolized local resources and power by means of violence and blackmail, and put the entire community under the rule of gangsters. The existence of the mafia has reduced this community and made people live under fear and oppression. They force residents to pay high protection fees and threaten those who dare to resist. Friends have fallen prey to this crisis, forced to live in unfair and dangerous circumstances. It is a contagion of evil that makes people feel hopeless about the future. McCall could have chosen to flee this dire situation, but the gangster's actions triggered McCall's righteous indignation. He decided not to stand by, but to step up and be the protector of his friends. Out of loyalty to friendship and justice, he decided to face this challenge without hesitation. Robert McCall takes multiple steps to fight the mafia and become the guardian of his friends. The following are his main actions and measures. 1. Investigate mafia activity. McCall first strives to understand the mafia's activities and extent of control. He secretly gathered intel, gaining insight into their operations and key players. 2. Build an intelligence network. McCall built a small team of trusted friends to help him gather intelligence and keep in touch. This intelligence network helped him understand the movements of the mafia and provided him with valuable information. 3. Exposing mafia crimes. McCall took a series of actions, including covert filming, audio recordings, and document collection, to expose mafia crimes. He made sure there was sufficient evidence to hold them criminally accountable. 4. Protecting friends. McCall not only worked to expose the mafia, but also tried his best to protect his friends from the threat of the mafia. He provided shelter, assisted them in evading the mafia, and ensured their safety. 5. Cooperate with local authorities. In order to fight the mafia, McCall established contacts with local law enforcement and shared the key intelligence he had. This cooperation helps them work together to fight criminal organizations. 6. Launch public protests. Not content with merely operating behind the scenes, McCall also publicly protested mafia activities, attracting media and public attention. This increases the mafia's exposure and makes it difficult for them to remain hidden. 7. Cooperate with other anti-mafia forces. McCall actively seeks to cooperate with other anti-mafia groups and individuals in the fight against this criminal organization. He understands that only by uniting can we more effectively fight the threat of the mafia. Through multiple measures and actions, Robert McCall demonstrates the relentless struggle between good and evil. Being the guardian of his friends embodies his firm belief and loyalty. This determination is not only admirable, but also a manifestation of humanity. Right loyalty of friendship. McCall's loyalty to his friends is the core driving force of his actions. This deep friendship made him unbearable to see his friends being threatened and violent by the mafia, so he chose to take risks to save them. This highlights the precious value of friendship in times of adversity. Faith in justice. McCall believed in justice and fairness, and he firmly believed that mafia crimes should be stopped and punished. He did not want to stand idly by, but resolutely decided to take responsibility for exposing the crimes of the mafia. This reflects his deep belief in justice. Dangerous volunteer fight. Fighting mafia is not an easy task. The mafia has the power, resources, and ruthless methods to deal with them fraught with danger. McCall's actions required courage and perseverance, knowing that, no matter the cost, he must pursue justice. Expose gangsters' crimes. McCall's mission is not only to protect friends, but also to expose the crimes of the mafia so they can no longer harm others. It takes tenacity and determination, as the mafia will stop at nothing to protect itself. Also, The Equalizer 3 is full of explosive action scenes and touching images, allowing the audience to experience a climax of visual and emotional impact in the theater. The acts and chases. These scenes show the protagonist Robert McCall's extraordinary abilities and are reflected in the film's profound expression of friendship and sacrifice to protect them. These images are touching and allow the audience to form an emotional connection with the characters. The film also presents spectacular images through superb visual effects and photography, bringing the audience into a wonderful audiovisual world. Whether it's a high-speed chase or a touching emotional moment, the film fully demonstrates the skills of the director and camera team. Reminds us not to shy away from responsibility when facing evil and injustice, but to uphold faith and uphold justice.